Hello, Darith. How are you?
Hi, Rokas. I'm good. Yourself?
Good as well. So, the reason I invited you on is because I saw a win from you, a very nice win from you, in the Freelancing Win channel. Could you explain what that was about?
All right. I'm doing IT consulting for a big corporation. Thanks to the real world, I was able to lock in a very high, nice rate with a client. So, which allowed me to grab some kind of very nice money. Yeah.
Mhm. Could you disclose the figures you made, or do you prefer to keep it confidential?
It's in the range of 250k euro per year, prox. Yeah.
Mhm. And then, how has the real world helped you with attaining that amount of money?
The real world is a very good place to get very good knowledge and insight on how it works to negotiate contract, for example, when you are freelance, or how you can have a better rate and better negotiation. That's pretty much how it helped me to have such a good rate.
Mhm. And when did you join, and how did you find out about the real world?
I joined in August last year, and before that, I was already following some Tate videos and other material without being a formal student of Oslo University back then. Before I became the real world, I found it looking at some content about positive masculinity and yeah, I got very interested in knowing, oh, what's that university? That's how I joined.
Interesting. So, how did your freelancing journey begin and how has it scaled since? And again, anything you can add on how the real world has helped you with that scaling?
Yeah. 10 years ago, I just started to do IT consulting after being in IT sales, decided to switch, got better results as a consultant, just climb the ladder as a consultant, become senior consultant and so on. Mm, what I can tell is it's very important for any consultant, any freelance to know about sales, because at the end of the day, we have to sell our skills, what we can bring as a true value to the company. We have to put ourselves in the shoes of the person who hire a consultant. Usually they want someone immediately ready, immediately available, immediately productive. They don't think about training the person or they don't see very long term. The contract are 3 months, 6 months, 12 months rolling, which means you could have some extension if you work well, if project is ongoing, or sometimes just say thank you for your good work and that's it. You have to find another client. So luckily for me, it never happened that they are not happy and they stop my contract before. However, for some people, they can just give a day or 2 days notice and just say we don't need the services anymore for whatever reason, and it's pretty much it. The life of a freelance. Pros is you earn a lot compared to a permanent employee or somebody who is employed as a permanent position, more permanent role. Cons, to be honest, besides having to manage your own taxes and stuff like that, which is quite easily done after when you get used to it, I don't see I don't see much cons. Yeah, I like it. What the real world is bringing on top of that, it's allowed me to see even bigger. For example, I could become a firm to hire my own freelance, coach them, train them, find some position to contract for them. Yeah, things like this. It allows me to see wider and to have a clear vision of what's possible to do with my experience. Yeah, I'm grateful I joined the Oslo University project and then the real world.
Mhm. How different would you say the material is in the real world compared to what you can find out on the internet?
All right, that's a very good question you're asking me, and I think I'm a good person to give you good feedback. I studied on the brick and mortar universities, even specialized schools, following the high school in France, where I come from. We got a very, very difficult business school to attend, for example, and stuff like that. It didn't really fit me. I just realized that I got dismissed being amongst the top of the student. I got dismissed for incompatibilities in values during the interview, despite ranking amongst the best students of the countries. Now I think about it, they were telling to my face, we are trying to brainwash you, Darith, so you fit in the matrix mold, and that's how we build the future executive of the country. From as long as I remember, I was never in that matrix mentality. I could always feel something was off. I tell the story that's very similar of, say, walk in the street, oh, there is a Ferrari here. So the guy is driving a car that is more expensive than my home. And probably he has more. He stopped in a hotel where one day the hotel is more expensive of a month of rent or even more. How come? Plus he's young. Plus he doesn't seem to be an heir. Seems like he made it. Hey, dude, what are you doing for a living? Oh, I run business. Okay. Then I was thinking, business school teach me how to run business, how to become an employee. Okay, an executive. You're never gonna get the Ferraris or Lamborghinis, never. There must be another way. Then when I open my mindset to that, I shift towards a type of study, self-learning, online training, and so on. Find a bit more content, but it was a lot overpriced. I even bought the Grand Cardone, maybe I should not mention it, you can cut it, program, and it cost me a lot, and I got less output out of it rather than a slow university. With a slow university, at a fraction of the cost that I invested in other training, I got way more results.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bargain, let's say. Yeah.
Okay, so since you were talking about not fitting into that mold, I'm interested. It seems like Tate's message would have had quite a resonation with you, like it would have resonated with you. So I'm wondering, would you have anything to say about what kind of impact maybe Tate has had on you?
Very, very positive. All my life, I thought maybe I'm weird. Maybe I should not be like that. But then I realized I'm pretty sure that my analysis of how it shall be and how it is very accurate and it's very different. People in society expect life to be that way. However, it is not. Life is not the way they want it to be. Life is different. And life, if you don't play with the rules of it, if somebody stay in Wonderland, they have problems to win. They lose the game of life. So I was kind of, I don't want to lose, I want to win. But many people went against me, including very close relatives and so on. No, you shall not be a freelance. You should secure the 9 to 5, stay 25 years in the same company, maybe have a 20% increase of income over 25 years. But yeah, you have job safety, and then you can have a loan to buy your house. Hey, it's very important to get a mortgage and enslave yourself for 30 years. Of course, it's not said like this. And tie yourself to governments that when problem happen, let's stay polite, they will just take the home away. And I was laughing all the time because I say, hey, it's not that I don't have enough cash flow or cash to get a mortgage. I have better use to do with my money. And I want to keep my freedom to change country, which I did a lot. I travel a lot the world and I work in many different countries. I'm quite lucky for my age, I think. And yeah.
So, what was it like to come into the real world platform and see other like minded people around you? Did that have any kind of impact on you?
It has a very positive impact on me and quite a more negative impact on some family members. Yeah, I just became very confident in what I want. And that is not what my wife wants. So took a couple of months and she just left. It's fine with her baby. It's all right. I see it as a pros because before leaving, she wished me in a very nice way with a very nice love letter that succeed. And when I'm no more stressed because I already successful as per my criteria, um, whatever happened, if she come back or not, she'd be happy to join me. And I was kind of, you know, um, it's funny because I'm dating coach for many years, and I was kind of, yeah, you always, you women, you join the king in the castle. You don't usually help to build it. And the stress in building things according to how it shall be built in the real world, we have to be laser focused on growing as a man, working as a man, and making things move. Speed, like Tate keeps saying, you pretty much don't have time anymore to spend with your family. Even if I try to keep 2 hours of quality time, I think 2 hours was not enough compared to what I used to give. I used to spend more time, let's say, on TV, watching show, and wasting a couple of hours a day in chit chat about whatever trend or this and that. Yeah, I must admit that that's the only side effect. I would recommend anyone being in a serious relationship to speak a bit about it beforehand, before applying everything. I went just like I'm the man, I lead the relationship, I lead the household. So I decide that if I want to do this, I don't need especially to share something. I want the project to be successful first. I went just, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy. And then probably I was a ghost husband. Yeah, that happened. I share Tate's value, I'm not the second mother, not the second mom. So um, my success is not the same as her success. So to me, being able to provide a good life, whether they are near me or not, whether they choose to be near me or not, if I can provide them a good life and make sure that they lack nothing, which is pretty much the case right now, it's good. And if any of my kids, for now I only have a daughter, but if any of my kids later on wants to see me and come to me, anytime I can have time for them, they don't feel the need to always go to them. And yeah, I love
Mhm.
kids.
And again, that's just the a mindset you have. Obviously, it won't be the same for other people. Some people might not, even though there's so much value, they might not dedicate all their time to it. They'll still spend some time with family. So it's not like automatically you join the real world and then you lose your family. It
Yeah,
just depends on your mindset as a person
the
and how
mindset
much
is
you're
I
willing
want
to
to
dedicate.
give the best because my wife has some dreams that cost a lot. She doesn't know it, but I'm the one who manage business. So to open a cafe is kind of, you better have some quite of money, and to open a cafe that can run smooth through any pandemic lockdown and everything without going bankrupt, you could have the cafe to be self-sustaining with zero customer, let's say. I mean, 2023, if you want to do it for a passion, not for a business to make money, somebody else already to be out of the matrix, exit the rat race, get constant cash flow from assets. So the cafe is just for fun. Me personally, what I want to open for my own pleasure is gyms. I love to gym. I was just thinking, why would I waste time to go to the gym if I can just own the gym and put it wherever I like? So just open a gym franchise when I'm successful enough.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, what does your average day look like now compared to before you joined the real world? I know you mentioned a bit about it, but I'd like to know the full extent.
Before I used to sleep very late hours, wake up with not enough sleep sometimes. Right now, I kind of discipline myself. Most of the time, I sleep before midnight. Wake up earlier. I'm more energized. Have better sleep. Um, I've learned to train at home when I can't go to gym, thanks to the training in the real world. There is a physical training that is offered, and it's very, very efficient. Very, very efficient. Um, I have clear goal now and a clear path how to reach it. It's more structured because there is many G's trying to achieve the same thing, exit the matrix that help each other. There are many professors in the real world that have already exited the matrix, that are already millionaires, and that are providing very, very good advice coming from their experience, wisdom, and so on. It's just not teacher that are brokies in universities that are teaching how to potentially be a millionaire if you open a business. But hey, the order so low that you better remain a brokies and get your executive job. Better be taught by millionaires or almost billionaires how to make millions.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, seems like it's working when we look at the win section on the real world. Many people are winning. Yeah.
So on that note, has the Wins channel had any effect on you?
Yeah, definitely. It makes me strive for better. I want to be able to post something good. My goal right now is I want to post something that, let's say, the freelancing wins. I'm too much in the matrix right now. What I want is to break free of the matrix, which means I have to have a couple of customers, not only one, and have a full remote type of work that I can do for those customers. So I'm not tied to a specific location. That would be the next step. Once I'm not tied anymore to a specific location, and I can work whatever time I like as long as I produce result, and I have multiple customers. So even if one go bankrupt, stop working with me, whatever happened, can't pay on time, whatever, I'm still fine, no worries. Many of them are still there. If one is not happy of the fact that I support completely the innocence of Tate's brothers and so on, it's fine. Yeah.
So what would you say was the biggest challenge for you when you first started out with freelancing?
Before I joined the real world or after?
Okay,
Before.
before
Find
first.
clients.
Yeah.
Find clients. You have no experience as a freelance. You gotta build trust with a client that is kind of, okay, he got some skills probably, but I can't ask anybody, or it's too few clients that he have. So I'm not even sure if it's relevant. Let's give it a try. And then you have to convince and persuade them both that you're the best bet for them, for the things they want to be achieved. And then the contract negotiation, you're very kind and you take whatever they give you because they are in position of power and not you. After a couple of years, it starts to switch. You start to receive a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails. Hey, I've seen your profile. It's an excellent fit for that role. Are you available? And funny enough, after 5 years, it's me who declined them. No, I'm not. And where I'm working for, there is a headhunting firm who called me twice a year from 2016. Twice a year, 2016. I took the contract in 2021. For 5 years, twice a year, they call me. We have contract for you. I'm sure you're gonna say that you'll be, somewhere and so on. And 5 years after, on the 10th call, I smiled and I say, the Watts have a good news for you. You can schedule the interview. I'm in between contracts and willing to take that one. And now that's where I am. That's good after a couple of years. So to all freelance, I think it's the same. Like Professor Dylan mentioned at the beginning, you have to build some proof that you are a good freelance in your field. But then money is gonna come and clients gonna come. It just happened that in my field, I cannot stack many clients all together because they require some physical presence in office, which is difficult to do at the same time for two different clients.
Yep.
That's why I'm trying to change a bit the business model here. So I don't need to be physically present anywhere at any time. So I can scale up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And what about after you've learned some things in the real world? What was your biggest challenge from that point? So after you joined?
It opened my mind on the possibilities of the world. And it was a big reminder of how many hours and time wasted in the past. That word, speed. the way he say it, still in my mind.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we can transition that into what have been the three biggest lessons you've learned from your time in the real world.
Humility, teach you humility. You see many millionaires around you. It means you have a lot to go. It's also give you positive strength. You feel like you can make it because many people around you are striving toward the same goal, and you can have coach, captains, professors, also everyone in the real world are helping each other. It's very good because I started that journey by myself. I tried to get some friend to go with me. They were too metrics minded. One friend effectively shared the same mindset, but for whatever reason, got somehow kind of stabbed in the back, and that happened. So we're still friends, but I don't think I'm gonna do any type of business, yeah, together. And we're not as close friend anymore. Yeah, taught me a big lesson, this one. When somebody own a business and is doing a partnership 50-50 with someone and splitting the good, which means the profit, if shit happened and shit hit the fan, sometimes the one that took the profit 50-50 will suddenly say it's your company, you own 100% of it. Deal with it. Big lesson. You're a very good business owner. You bring someone in, that's your brother. Brother say, we don't have time to fix the legal entity. We split 50-50. You give all the split, all the 50-50s, everything you give. Beware, even after you stop the business and close it, if something happened, there is a chance that the other 50 will not step in and say, I was part of it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They changed the law in dropshipping in France, and because of the change of law, we became on the different tax liabilities, and we got different tax liabilities. And I'm the one shouldering the whole dropshipping successful business taxes just for me. The other one left for other countries. That happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, beware of taxes if you do whatever freelancing or whatever type of business that you're on your own. Really beware of the taxes. As states say, always be clean with the taxes.
Right. For someone with your mindset and working inside the quote unquote matrix, what perspective would you have to other people in a similar position as you?
All right. With my experience working for those big institutions, whether they are banks, insurance, governmental organization, and so on, I've noticed that many people that are very inside matrix mentality, they literally act like robots. It's like life has no more pleasure for them, no more excitement. It's missing the fire in their eyes, let's say. I'm lucky enough to not be that person. I'm lucky enough that I know that it's way better and that a better life is waiting outside the matrix. People get successful when they dare to jump out of the matrix and work hard in order to live outside the matrix. And so if anybody is still wondering, shall I take the leap or not? My advice would be take it as young as you are. When you're younger, when you don't have responsibilities, you have nothing to lose. You do it, you lose nothing. If you're already ingrained in the matrix, you have a house, you have a car, you maybe have a family, and maybe you have children, and probably maybe they're relying on you. You can still take the leap. However, you gotta take some extra calculation in order to have everybody safe in your clan or family. That's
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to share. The earlier, the best.
Right.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that. And now that you're on this trajectory, where do you see your life heading in 6 months to 1 year?
All right. Apart from being an IT consultant, and I think I can call myself successful in that field. I've been studying human psychology for 12 years, especially relationship between men and women, women and men, brotherhood, women and women, sisterhood, in the context of professional consulting, as well in the context of getting a job, starting a project, having people work on the project, or in the context of romance, dating, or whatever. This is a very, very big things. Like even before I joined the real world, I understood that as a man, I must be in those 1% of or 1% of men, if possible, so I can just for my own self be happy as a man. I was not looking to get specifically girls or dates or whatever, but just not feeling good if I couldn't wake up, look at myself in the mirror. You're performing at your best as of today, and tomorrow you will work a bit more, so we'll improve and perform a bit better, slightly. That's why I feel good about myself. And I just realized, oh, that's attractive for women when you're like that. And as for women, the same. I have many friends that are as well quite successful, let's say, and we share the same mindset. Plus now I have the whole real world, group of people that share the same mindset. I kind of know what the high value men like in a woman. So many women doesn't really know how to get and to keep a high value man. All of them most likely know how to get one. They cannot keep it, or they're trying to keep it the wrong way, and it's not good at all for anybody, by the way. So I can give that that knowledge to people who are interested in that. Not every woman wants to be with a high value man, obviously. I expect most of men to want to be high value if they can, and in that sense, I can do two things that I really do good. I can teach men how to be good at freelancing, because whether you're good with IT or good with something else, I just realized the way you negotiate your contract, the way you find contract, or the way contracts find you is the same. And it's completely true in the freelancing class. It just confirmed me. It's exactly the same. I just did it naturally for IT, but then I just realized you can use any skills because that's the same approach. So while doing this, I would want to spread the message to men. Okay, probably I advise you to join the real world, by the way. Join it if you're not already in. And if you need specific field of coaching, if you're already in IT, I'll make you a killer. I'll make you a super mega freelance that everybody call and you're the one telling, I'm sorry, I can't take the contract. I have so many contracts already planned for the next few years. I can make it happen. As well, I came from a background where I was like slouchy, skinny. I couldn't even lift the weight. I couldn't do a push-ups, or pull-ups. Now I can bench press quite heavy. I can do push-ups, one hand if I like, pull-ups, and then one hand I had to build myself, and it started with diet. So before I even work out, I had to fix my diet because I was eating some food that was not good. And Tate also mentioned this. Food is very important. Then sleep is very important. Then come the exercise, daily exercise, whether it's in form of workout or some push-ups, pull-ups, or any type of workout program, it's very important. Then your mind becomes clearer. When your mind is clear because your body is fit, you eat good food, you sleep well, you train well, you have more energy. Then when you got the interview, oh, it's not the geek. Oh, he has energy. Oh, he's positive. Oh, gosh, I want to work with that person. Then you become someone that everybody wants to work with. And not only be with. If you talk women, they want to be with guys like that who radiate positive energy and so on. I want to give that part too. It took me a while to understand how to do it myself. I already coached some family members and friends with very, very good result. And now I'm thinking I will not stop only to family and friends. Probably many other people would like to get some insight or some coaching program on how to do it. So that's what I'm building. I'm drafting an ebook I will publish, and I'm drafting some serious coaching step-by-step sequence that I can post online with some kind of videos training and so on, and as well as in personalized training too. I can do, um, depending on if the person is more or less in the field that already approach. I will really help them to make it big.
Great.
Yep.
And now, before we end off, would you have any advice to people who are considering joining the real world?
All right. If you don't have the money, you might think about how can I get the money to invest in the real world so I make more money. So it's no more a problem. So the membership is very, 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 I don't know if I have a better word than cheap, affordable compared to its true value. If I were offered to go to Stanford, Harvard, whatever business school, Oxford, whatever you think about big name of business school, and you have to pay 100,000, 200,000 US dollars or whatever currency, you would probably have a less good return on invest rather than investing those 50 US a month in the real world. Plus, you get to pay months per month, months after months. So you get to have a chance within the months to make more than the cost of it. And it's really possible. The freelance class has some training about how to sell 100 US, your first 100 US dollars, for example, how you can flip items in order to do that. I'm pretty sure you have stuff to learn that will make you good, honest money to at least you can sustain the real world membership. It's a must, especially if you want to exit the matrix, wants to live a life where you can look at yourself in the mirror in the morning and be proud of yourself. I'm living my life at its best. Yeah, join the real world.
I like that. And for people who want to find out more about you or contact you, where can they do so?
I have a Twitter account, and it's the handle is Darith. I will. Shall I spell it here, or you will just share it?
Spell it.
Yeah, it's Darith. Delta Alpha Romeo India Tango Hotel India Victor. That's just my name.
And yeah, I will add it to the description of the video as well. Right. So, Darith, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it. I know you're very busy, and I wish you all the best. I do look forward to doing a part 2 with you in the future to see how things have evolved for you.
Thank you, Rokas, for the invitation. It was a pleasure exchanging with you, answering all those questions and sharing with the community. I'll be happy to have a part 2 with you, especially when running a podcast is as well in one of my plans, of course, to develop and share the good knowledge. Once I get some motion rolling and I'm 0% dependent on the matrix, I can go on Rumble or whatever platform and speak freely. Yeah.
Great. I love that. Okay. So goodbye and till next time.
Yeah. Cheers. Have a good one.